The following movie is rated R.
What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody is feeling well this morning, so let's go ahead and get down. So the first thing I want to talk about is this situation that's going on with a former employee of Campbell who was fired for actually speaking up against the VP of the company. So apparently the VP went on a very disgusting rant. It was a racist rant. He also exposed the fact that Campbell's does not use real chicken and things of that nature. And so just like I said, he got fired and now he's suing the company, right? Now, what I want to do here is turn your attention to a couple of clips that talk about this situation in its entirety, and then I'll be back.
An employee at Campbell's tried to do the right thing. He reported the VP for going on an hour-long tirade. The VP talked about poor people. He also made some racist comments about their Indian employees, and the employee did have the recording.
For poor people. Who buys our shit?
And that's just part of an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. So healthy. Now that I know what the in it. Even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at me. Bioengineered meat. I know I eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
The recording allegedly of Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally.
He has no filter.
Bally, along with another supervisor in Campbell Soup Company, named in a lawsuit filed Thursday. The suit claiming Bally made racist remarks, admits to coming to work high, and Garza fired for coming forward.
What do you think about the things that he was saying?
Oh, just pure disgust.
Garza says he usually worked remotely for Campbell's headquarters, based in Camden, New Jersey. But thinking he'd be discussing his salary with Bally, he says the recording taken in person at a restaurant.
They couldn't think for the like you dumb
Garza says he felt sick after the rant, deciding to go to his direct supervisor in January, keeping the recordings to himself.
He had never had any disciplinary action. They had never written him up for poor work performance.
Garza says no one at Campbell's ever followed up, and it's taken him 10 months to find a new job, calling the way the canned soup company handled it simply terrible.
They have a motto, like we treat you like family, here at Campbell's, come work for us, we treat our employees like family. That's not the case.
We did just receive a statement from Campbell's that says, quote, "If accurate, the comments in the recording are unacceptable. They do not reflect our values and the culture of our company. We are actively investigating this matter." We've also reached out directly to Martin Bally. Erica Erickson, Local 4.
And now, another reason why you need to stop eating processed food. So allegedly, a disturbing truth has been revealed about Campbell's soup. And allegedly, the chicken that Campbell's has been using inside of their chicken noodle soup and chicken soup and any soup that contains chicken is not real. You heard what I said. The chicken that they've been putting inside of the cans of chicken soup allegedly is not real. As a matter of fact, take a listen to this.
We have shit for fucking poor people. Who buys our shit? People are fucking I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. So healthy. Now that I know what the in it. Even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at me. Bioengineered meat. I know I eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
And by just listening to this clip, you heard what he allegedly just said, right? I don't want a piece of chicken that came out of a 3D printer. He also allegedly said that he doesn't want any bioengineered chicken. And now to put some context into 3D printed chicken, that's exactly what 3D printed chicken looks like. And just in case you have any concern as to how long 3D printed chicken has been around, this article is from September of 2021. This 3D printed chicken breast was cooked with a frickin' laser. Engineers at Columbia University developed a system that can simultaneously produce and heat food with precision. So this is pretty disturbing. As I said, it's alleged. If it turns out that it's true, What other companies are putting 3D printed chicken into their food? And if you go back and listen to the statement that was made, by the way, that's the vice president of Campbell's. He also stated that their food is for poor people. That should also be a very strong indicator to you as to how this company feels about you. And the individual responsible for recording the VP's rant, as you can see right by this headline, Campbell's worker fired after recording VP's rant mocking poor people and 3D printed chicken. So keep this in the back of your mind. As you can see, it can look like chicken. It may taste like chicken, but everyone heard what was said on that clip. It's not chicken. So I guess my question to you is, after hearing that, will you still eat this if it allegedly is true? And also, what other companies do you think are using 3D printed chicken? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Would you eat your favorite takeaway if it was made in a laboratory? The thought of 3D printed nuggets might not sound appetizing, but scientists say you won't be able to taste the difference.
Yes, KFC has partnered with Russian scientists to develop lab-made chicken nuggets. Simply take some cells from a real chicken, multiply them in the lab into a paste, and gently place that into a printer, similar to the one in your home office. Turn that paste into sheets, and layer upon layer, turn those sheets into cubes. Presto! You've got chicken nuggets. Joanna McMillan is a nutritional scientist.
Why are we making food in a lab now? Well, we have two big problems. One is environmental and sustainability kind of issues, and the second is creating enough meat to feed the world's growing population.
Would there be nutritional value in something that's made in a lab?
Well, no, there's not, and that's what's a little frustrating for me, is why don't we think about recreating meat in the lab, but also make it healthier, and that's what's not happening.
There's no substitute for real chicken.
Adam Stratton is a proud old-fashioned butcher. You remember the ones who used to cut up, not create, meat.
There'd be a difference in texture, the taste, and, like natural. How can you get past natural products?
All right, so we just witnessed all of that, and I did add a couple of clips to put you guys up on game in regards to what 3D printed chicken meat looks like, and it's just disgusting. And this is just adding insult to injury when it comes to what we consume as Americans, because for the most part, we splurge on eating unhealthy food. Those things are comfort food to us, and we do need to make better decisions. But at the end of the day, when you're creating fake meat, it doesn't help the consumer whatsoever, because you have to think about people who work, people who got children. They don't have time to cook. They're going to go through somebody's drive-through and just grab something. And so it's just important and imperative to try to get your meat from a local butcher and cook at home as much as possible. Now, I know that's easier said than done, because I understand that some people may not have the financial stability to be able to go to a local butcher. Trust me, those prices are sky high, and it's a very hot market. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are realizing that it's a lot of fake food up in these grocery stores. But what I would suggest is to consider going and shopping at these mom and pop supermarkets that may not be aesthetically pleasing, and the smell may not be nice, but at the end of the day, they're getting fresh meat and they're cutting it right there, they're grinding it right there. It's just a better trusted meat source. And see, here in Carolina, we have IGA, Piggly Wiggly, Carly Seeds, and I go places like that to get my meats, Now, I'm not saying that these mom and pop supermarkets don't sell bioengineered product. They absolutely do. But as far as the meat goes, they're a more trusted source. Now, another thing that I want to highlight is the fact that if you pay close attention at the end of the first clip that I played you guys, did you see the news personality that was sent to the table eating a can of Campbell's soup? I'm going to suggest, or not suggest, I'm going to assume assume that it was the chicken noodle soup, very tone deaf, very insensitive. But then I take a step back and I think and just tell the truth about the situation. I went out Saturday and did some shopping for Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm looking at my counter right now. And all of this cream of mushroom and cream of chicken soup that I have, Campbell's brand to be exact, I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna use it? I don't know. It remains to be seen. Lord have mercy. My stuffing, it needs it. A multitude of things needs it. But at the end of the day, right, when you know better, you should do better. And that's what I'm going to vow to do. But anyway, I'm going to let this go right here. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about all of this. Don't forget to like, comment, share. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. Peace.
Thanks for watching.